As everybody knows, Somalia feels the worst impacts of the environmental crisis. It's one of the most vulnerable and exposed to climate change of any country in the world. Just yesterday I was talking to the president of Hirshabelle, and I was delighted to be able to talk to him about the Johar off-stream rehabilitation program, which is seeking to make some proper works around the reservoir near Johar, which I think our US colleagues are also going to support. So it's a great recognition of UK-US activity alongside the federal government of Somalia through their Ministry of Water, and also the federal member state of Hirshabelle, to do something which will have a long-term positive impact on Johar and the surrounding Balkad region. I think the role of journalists is crucial in this space, in both telling these stories and, of course, responding to disasters. We can just see across the border in Kenya the terrible events of flooding that have affected that country, and we all know how negatively El Nino last year in November impacted Somalia. So it's crucial that the role of journalists in this space is made as free and fair and transparent as possible. And I'm proud that the UK is supporting BBC Media Action, which has just launched a programme that provides training and mentoring to local radio stations to develop content and influence attitudes. More broadly, a free press has a fundamental role in society and in upholding democracy. With 2024 expected to see national elections in at least 64 countries globally, and hopefully some federal member state elections here in Somalia, this has rarely been so important. It's critical that journalists are able to operate without fear or intimidation, something that unfortunately is not always the case in Somalia. We know that journalists are targeted by Al-Shabaab, and occasionally the actions of government agencies need to be called out. We recognise the progress that Somalia is making in this space, but we urge the government to do all they can to improve the landscape for the media in Somalia and proper implementation of a transparent media law. A free and independent media is absolutely critical to the state-building agenda, and it can tell that positive story of the gains Somalia has made over the last 10 years and provide a counter-narrative to the one that we see from Shabaab. The UK is supporting Somalia on this journey through both BBC Media Action and via our partnership with UNESCO and the Global Media Defence Fund. Let me conclude by thanking all of you for being here, the US Embassy for their enduring support for journalism in Somalia, and to Omar and the NUSOJ team for this event.